Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Ghazan Farali and in this channel you will find solution to your economic and finance problems. Today our topic is impact of COVID-19 on global economy. In this video we discuss the COVID-19 pandemic, its likely outcome on global economy, and before we conclude we will discuss what policies should be implemented to minimize the economic losses. The COVID 19 pandemic has triggered one of the most unprecedented crises in the recent global history. The total number of cases have exceeded 65 million, with the death toll surpassing the 1.5 million mark. Coronavirus cases are increasing at an alarming rate ever since the lockdown was lifted in late May 2020. Because of such accelerated estimates, the World Health Organization has warned the countries to reimpose a strict lockdown so that the total toll can be curbed. With the imposition of global lockdowns and social restrictions, the pandemic has resulted in infecting millions worldwide and has brought economic activities to an absolute standstill. The World Bank forecasts that the global GDP is set to contract by 5.2% in 2020, one of the deepest recessions the world has had to face since World War II. Decomposing this estimate further reveals that, with the exception of East Asia and the Pacific, which is expected to grow by mere 0.5%, South Asia will shrink by 2.5%, Sub-Saharan Africa by 2.8%, Middle East and North Africa by 4.2%, Europe and Central Asia by 4.7%, and Latin America by 7.2% respectively. These figures reveal a stark reality that means years of progress and economic development will be reversed, and millions of people who may have struggled to escape from rampant poverty levels earlier will be forced to fall back into its deepest recession. Another concern is that these measures are a conservative estimate, and in the unfortunate event of the recurrence of COVID-19 outbreak across countries, economies will be further disadvantaged and recessions may run deeper than currently projected. In the worst case scenario, the Global Economic Prospect Report of the World Bank forecasts that the global economy may contract by up to 8%. According to the World Bank Group President David Malpass, current estimates show that 60 million people could be pushed into extreme poverty in 2020, and these estimates are likely to rise further, with the reopening of advanced economies the primary determinant. Because of COVID 19, most countries are expected to enter a deep recessionary phase, with their per capita income falling for the first time since 1870. Advanced economies and developing economies are expected to shrink by 7% and 2.5% respectively. Developing countries are most vulnerable and susceptible to experiencing higher health and economic losses. With around 70% of total employment attributed to the informal sector and contributing to a third of the nation's gross domestic product, these economies tend to lose the most in terms of the economic toll the pandemic will likely cause. The condition of developing countries are further exacerbated by being more vulnerable to contracting illnesses, suffering from job and income losses, and in the case of their future generations, hampering access to education due to school closure. Economies that are heavily reliant on trade, tourism, exports, as well as global investment will also be significantly hit, with this health crisis jeopardizing and disrupting the lives of millions worldwide. The pandemic will have long lasting repercussions which can only be addressed if global coordination and cooperation is adopted. Policymakers should be cognizant of the need to draft and implement comprehensive reforms that aim to relieve the economy from its current dismay so that long-term growth and prosperity can be achieved. It is also important that the global health and economic consequences of the pandemic are cushioned against by providing the most vulnerable and marginalized segment of the society with strong social safety nets and financial protection. More specifically, comprehensive reform schemes targeting those employed in the informal sector need to be adopted to attenuate the economic damage incurred. Other than that, it will also be extremely critical to ensure that governance outcomes are improved and investment in education and health expanded so that the economy can be assisted in achieving progress and sustainability in the long run. With this, I conclude today's topic. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe for more educational videos.